Well, good morning, YouTube friends and family, and welcome to today's edition of the Wellness Homesteader. So today you will find me outside, which was totally not my plan for the day. I had thought I would work on an indoor project that I'm not going to share quite yet, but it will be in an upcoming video. It's one of my DIY ideas, one of my bright ideas. So I want to share something with you all first of all. Can you believe it? I guess I shouldn't spit wash on camera, but I actually got myself a new water bottle. So after finding out, and I haven't found out yet fully what caused my kidney stones or is causing my kidney stones, I had done a lot of research. You know, as a nurse, I can do that, and iced tea is a major culprit. So just being fully honest, I was drinking about a half gallon of iced tea, unsweet, a day, which is a lot, but I've done it for years. I'm always thirsty. No, I'm not diabetic. I've been checked many times. But my bottle, not only was it smaller, it was really, really stained from tea. Plus the paint was chipping off the outside. Plus I just wanted a new one. So I will link this down below to my Amazon affiliate store. I got this triple vacuum insulated sports bottle from Fine Dine, and I want to tell you, I am super impressed. So having a cat who likes to knock things over, I like the sippy cup lid with just the hole. I don't know what is all over this, probably something I ate. So you just push the button and it pops open, it snaps shut. But it also came with a couple other styles. So it has like a thermosy type lid, like if you're putting a beverage in that you're going to pour into another cup. And it also has, if you like it, it has the straw. Now, I'm not a fan of the straw, but what I liked about this was, first of all, you had the options. If you're having different beverages, you know, you could certainly do whichever is better. Like, I would think a protein shake would probably go through the straw a little better. So anyway, yeah, it was very reasonably priced, and I will tell you, I have put something cold in it, and it has stayed cold for, it says it will stay cold 24 hours for cold things and 12 hours for hot. I haven't tried anything hot in it, but for cold, I can tell you it does stay cold 24 hours. So I'm having my first glass of iced tea that I've had in days, and it tastes so lovely. But anyway, so I had planned on doing this indoor project, and please excuse my crazy hair. Y'all are going to learn, especially if you're new to my channel. My hair will be a barometer. You will always know the weather in Ohio because I have super curly, frizzy hair, and I can't do a thing with it. Now, I could cut my hair, and I've thought about it because my hair's quite long. And I finally decided a little before I turned 60, I thought I'm going to cut it up to here, like bob it, and just have short hair like all old people do. The truth of the matter is, I've had long hair for many, many, many years, and I like my long hair. It's a pain sometimes, but I feel like I can do a lot with it, and I'm not ready to have short hair, so I decided to leave it. So y'all know, okay, the humidity is greater than 50%. But what I'm out here to do today, let me flip you around. I think you can, oh, well, Frankie's in there. Oh, and I'll tip you down. Sorry, y'all, I'm using my old tripod because I don't like bringing my ring light outside. So yeah, I can see all my wrinkles and my dark circles for sure. I'm gonna put my Vegepod together, or Vegepod, which I think is what it should be called, and that may be how you pronounce it. The directions are long. So it's like 3 full pages, but at least it is all English and looks to be fairly well worded. So I am going to set you over so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm gonna do this in fast motion because I think it's gonna be boring otherwise, or at least pieces and parts, and then tell you what I've done and how it's going. But I've rolled out the base over here, and I decided to put it up against the house. My house faces west, but because I have a big woods line, it takes a while for the sun to get over here. I'm afraid, and I like that it's on wheels, I'm afraid it's gonna even pushed back some under protection of the house. I'm afraid it's gonna like burn up. So I'm just gonna have to watch it. Just speaking of Ohio weather, I did want to share the reason I'm doing this today, and I had no plans to do this, was because today is Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're gonna have rain. We've had a lot of rain, guys, a lot of rain, but my grass is beautiful, so that's a positive. But then we are going to have cold stretch again, highs in the 50s, lows in the upper 30s. There's probably going to be some frost warnings. So even though I'm going to get this all ready, I think it's a very poor time to plant. I think it's just too chilly. Now, once I put the cover on top, I may feel a little different. It may be more like a greenhouse effect, so I may decide to plant, but at any rate, I'd like to get it together today. And I also plan to get my water barrel out because I want to collect all that wonderful rainwater to use to water my Vegepod. So let me get rearranged here and set up, and I'll bring you right back to show you assembly. Okay, here's what I can tell you so far. Super simple. So far I've used no tools. A big help for me, and it may just be me, but I have put a lot of things together. On the back they have each item and how many. If you lay them out, because some have lips, some do not have lips, before you start, it'll be super easy. So let me show you what I've done here, because I didn't film it all. So this is the actual pod. There's two sides to it. You take 3 of these drain things, and you actually put them together with zip ties, which is what you saw in the fast forward that I was struggling with. And again, sometimes my hands play tricks on me, and they're not very nice. Between the pods, there is a rubber strip. You just put clips in it. So I've done that. Scoot you back around. So I'm sitting in the middle of what is called the perimeter. So the perimeter is what is going to go here at the top. You can see holes here, and has corner pieces, and then it gets screwed in, and that's probably what the cover mounts to. But guys, this is definitely doable. It's windy today. Like, when isn't it windy in Ohio? And you know, I'm on the deck, so there's holes in the deck. So I've got cardboard down. I've got some things weighted down with like scissors and different things. So, you know, if I didn't have that, it would be even simpler than what it is. So I am only up to step 4, but actually there's only 7 steps, because even though I thought this was all directions, this is directions about positioning, filling, fertilizing, seeds, seedlings and starters, spacing, watering. So this is really all of the directions, so it's a little bit misleading. So I'm gonna try, guys, to do a little bit more, and then instead of just doing it in fast motion, I think I'm gonna bring you back periodically and say, okay, this is what you do, this is what you do, because it's probably gonna make more sense than me just going really, really fast. So stay tuned. All right, so we have our Vegepod all assembled, and I have to tell you, it was not hard, guys. If I can do it, you can do it. But after I got it together, I thought, wow, given the size of this, I mean, this thing is big. It's 40 inches by 40 inches. You can grow a lot of food. So even if you wanted to get the smaller, which is just like half of this, you could grow quite a bit of, you could do a a kitchen herb garden. You could grow some vegetables in here, no problem. So even if you're in an apartment and you have a small patio or deck, I think this is awesome. Again, I have not used any tools. It calls for no tools except for the base, which is a different video, and I'll be sure to link that at the end. So now I have, show y'all, a whole bowl of bolts and wing nuts. So the directions say drop all your bolts through, make sure they're all through before you screw any wing nuts on. So I'm gonna try to speed this part up, and please excuse, I have to keep stopping to blow my nose because Welcome to spring in Ohio. Frizzy hair and runny nose. So I am going to start dropping these through, or dropping them on the ground, hoping I don't lose any through the deck. And it says, in fact, I'm not going to speed this up because I can just show you as I go along. It says to lift the top. So this top piece is what we're attaching to make sure the bolts drop through. And I can tell you, you're going to need to do that because it's all plastic. Even the bolts are plastic, so it's not an exact science. And I think I'm going to do some on one side, some on the other, so I don't get it whopper-jawed. But so far they're going in fairly easy. So let's see how this side looks. I'm going to have to pull it. But at this point, these are just tied together, like slid together. So they do have some flexibility to them. So, let me fuss with it. Okay, definitely doable. A little bit of fussing around, but some go in easier than others. Now I'm going to work on just doing some on these ends. Ooh, that one's going to be tough. Yeah, so as you tighten, definitely go around, because this is like going to be a whole thing. I can just tell. Look at this skin. Oops. And drop a whole bunch. That's why I had the bowl, so I wouldn't drop stuff. Oh my goodness. Thankfully it didn't go in the deck. There we go. So you may have to boss it around a little bit. And definitely helps to lift this piece as you're sliding in bolts. So I can see why they say don't tighten it all down, because if you did that, I don't think you would ever get them all in, because you need that little bit of flexibility to get it all lined up just perfectly. Okay, we are coming along now. Yeah, it definitely helps to lift that a little bit. They just go right in when you do that. Okay. So if you don't have a lot of certainty about your capabilities of putting these together, I can tell you this is not a bad project. Not at all. It doesn't require that you have a lot of tools or a huge amount of skill, but it did help me to lay everything out and match it up to what they were calling it, because they come up with these bizarre names for things that don't always make sense to me. Okay, we still have bolts left. So give a little shout out while I'm working here. I haven't done this for a while, but I know a lot of you are also subscribers to Homestead Tessie, and I'm going to give her a shout out because this morning I watched one of her videos, recent videos, where her granddaughter and her were using some unconventional methods of potting things on her deck, and it was very, very interesting, very innovative. So I don't know if I can link the video But if you're not subscribed to her channel, it's Homestead Tussie, and it was the video that went up on Saturday. So hopefully that will be helpful. Okay, I've got pieces left over, guys. So let me pause you for a moment. I want to check the directions. Oh, I know what I don't have in. There's 2 supports on the inside. Yeah. So those, I'm sure. You know what? Maybe I better check my directions. And that slid out, doggone it. Okay, well, let me pause you for just a moment and I'll come back and show you the finished product. All right, we are all together, and I know it won't move this easily when I get all the dirt, and especially when the dirt is wet in it, but I have to tell you, it wasn't hard, and I'm super impressed. I had plenty of parts, no broken pieces, no jinky pieces, and I'm thinking that I may leave it kind of on the diagonal here, just so that I can get to both sides. What I have not done, oh goodness, I hear pieces and parts rattling. I have not put the veggie cover, and it makes growing veggies easier by providing a microclimate that promotes rapid growth and higher yields, extends the growing season, protects it from varmints, critters, etc., etc. So it also has the mist spray watering system, commercial grade protection mesh, white powder coated galvanized steel poles, pole connectors, irrigation pipes and misters, hinge clips, and string. So, yep, I mean, we've gone this far, right? So I think I'm gonna put my veg cover together, and I also think I'm going to go ahead and fill this. Now, I thought I would remember, but I don't. I had to buy 4 big bags of potting soil, so I will look that up before I come back here with the veg cover and tell you how much potting soil it took. I know it was 4 bags, and I want to say 8 cubic somethings, feet or yards, probably feet, but I don't remember. So let me get working on this and I'll bring you back. Okay, guys. Another bag of parts. 3 pages of instructions, and I am going to fight this wind for sure, but I'm going to lay out everything, and I did kind of read through this quickly. It does say that you have to like ensure pieces are put together tightly of the piping, you know, for the water as well as for the actual frame itself. Sorry about the crazy fools that go by and honk. I will never understand that. Like, that's pretty random, right? Can you tell I'm kind of like, don't want to do this piece? But I don't know. I think it's going to be so worth it to have such a nice space to grow. I mean, this basically gives me a whole nother planting square, and I do want to do a lot of different types of herbs. I shared that with you on the first video, so it will be worth it when we get this all put together. So I'm probably going to speed this up, but for now I'm going to get organized, and I'll bring you back in a moment. Okay, well, we've assembled the frame, which once Ding Dong here figured it out, it really wasn't too hard. I will fully admit it took me about a minute. So now I'm going to attach, I've assembled, and I'm going to attach the sprinkler system. So you can see there's little nozzles here, and it just gets zip tied to the frame, and then this just seems super backwards to me, but maybe it's not. So I'm going to work on zip tying this down, and then we are about finished. There's a few clips and of course the cover, and then we'll have this all together. So what I can tell you is I've been working about 45 minutes. I'm not the fastest assembler in the West. One nice thing about this is there's nothing assembly wise that's so permanent you can't take it apart, put it back together. The directions are clear and they give you plenty of parts. So I'm going to keep working on this part of it. I will bring you back when I am ready to put on the cover, so stay tuned. Well, it's all together, guys, and I have to say, this is a big, it's bigger than me. It's a big grow station. So I have it unhinged so you can slide it back. I did add the string, although even if the wind blew it up, I didn't have it latched well, the house would catch it. The hose actually feeds through the cover. You can see it sticking out and attaches to your hose. And it is 8 cubic feet of potting soil that goes in here. And they said fill it right up to the top, and that the watering system is designed to get clear down to the bottom. So 8 cubic feet is a lot, guys. It is really a lot. I bought 2 cubic feet bags, and it's about all I can do to lift them. So I'm gonna work on that a little bit. But I hope you've enjoyed today's video. This is something a little different. I guess it wants to close as we step into spring and into the growing season. So as always, be well, be healthy, be blessed, and I'll see y'all later this week. Take care.